Okay, today we're going to do the PowerPoint grader assignment. So to do this, we're going to have to log into your MyIT Labs. And go to your course. And in here, you're going to go to course materials. And PowerPoint Labs. We're going to go to Open. And we're going to be working with this right here, the PowerPoint grader assessment. So we want to open that. And we're going to have to download the starting materials. So we click on Download Files. It's quite slow for some reason. Okay, now we have to download all these files. If you're doing it while you're watching this video, you won't need the instructions. But typically you're going to want all these files, so I'm going to download them all one at a time. I'm going to open this one. And I'm going to save it to the desktop. So you should be doing the same thing. This particular one we can throw away when we're through, because once we've completed it we won't need it again unless you want to go back and redo it if you need to change anything. We're going to save all of them. I'm going to save all of them to the desktop. If you want to save them to a different location, you can, but you should remember where you save them. So the exploring underscore PO2 underscore grader underscore IR PowerPoint opens up, and you're going to see this. Okay, that's the file we're going to be working with. And we want to save this file here to our desktop. I went to Documents. I went to go to Desktop. And we're just going to save it. Okay. And then the rest of these we can just save to our desktop, right? So I'm going to go here, save, and say OK. It's going to save them. Make sure you know where your computer saves things. Okay, and then you can minimize this and minimize this. Now my computer saves stuff right into here. And here's the two files that I need right here, the PO2 Cornell and the PO2 tips. I'm going to just move them to my desktop. And here we go. So this is the PowerPoint we're working with, and here's the grader assignment. Now we'll start off by looking at our instructions. Okay, it starts off with, like the other one, start PowerPoint, which we've already done. You don't get any points for that. And then on slide 1, we're going to replace the existing title text with taking notes, no period, and change the font size to 54 point and delete the subtitle placeholder. Okay, so on slide 1 we're going to change the title to taking notes and the font size to 54. I don't know why my version of PowerPoint does this, but it opens up half size half the time. I don't know why. There we go. So I want to change the title to Taking Notes. make sure you don't have that O capitalized like I do. And then you want it to be 54 points. So when I highlight it like this, I go over here and I change it to 54. Okay, and then it said delete the subtitle placeholder. So you go in there, and if you click in the subtitle, you're going to see the little dotted line around it. You have to click on that dotted line and it becomes a solid line, and hit the delete key, and that deletes it. But it deleted the text. It didn't delete. If you still see this thing that says click to add subtitle, you're going to need to do it again. So click on it again and hit delete, and then it's gone. Okay, and that was step 1. So let's go to step 2. Change the layout of slide 3 to picture with a caption. Okay, and this again is 7 points. So to do this, we're going to go to click on slide 3, and when you see it highlighted like this, 3, then you just right click on it, and we're going to go to layout. And now it gives me the layout options, and it's highlighting the one here, but what I really want is picture with a caption. That's this one right here, and it just changes it to a different looking slide, and that's what we had to do for that. Now this one, instruction 4, task 4, we're going to change on slide 3 in the second item under heading, the Cornell technique. Use the outline tab to change the word technique to system with no period. Okay, so on the second bullet, and first off, we got to go to the outline view. Now if you're in 2010, right over here you're going to see a tab for outline view, and this happens to be 2013. So if I go to view, and I can go to outline right here, and it changes this side to outline. Okay, and that's what you want to be seeing right now, is the outline like you see right here. And we have to change the Cornell technique to the system. So we're going to go right after Cornell, and we want to change this word technique to system. And you should be typing over on the left in the outline view, not in the slide at this point. They want you to be typing over in the outline view. Outline view is a terrific way to make a really quick slideshow, because every time you hit enter, it makes a new slide. And if you want to drop down to another level bullet, you just hit the tab key and it drops you down to another level bullet. Let's move on to the next step. Excuse me. At the end of the outline, use the slides from outline option to insert downloaded PO2_Cornell .rtf file. Now this has to be an RTF file, which stands for rich text format. Slide 5 will be added to the presentation. That's for 8 points. So we're going to go right to the end here. We're over on the outline side. We're not on the slide anymore. And we're going to go to new slide and slides from outline. So what you're doing this for is, if you make an outline for your slides in a rich text format document, like you can go to Word and save it as rich text format, and then you can import it into a PowerPoint slideshow without even, you can just start a slideshow, start the main slide, and import the outline, and it'll have your whole slideshow. So let's go to the desktop and find that file. And here it is right here, and you'll notice that it says rich text format right on it. And that's what we want. We're going to insert it, and it inserted slide 5, and it's all formatted the way I would want the slide. If you looked at that document, let's go look at that document real quick. Here's the document, right? It just looks like a not really even highly formatted Word doc. But when we look at the slide that it inserted, right, it's all formatted the way we wanted it. Okay, so that was that step 5. Now let's go to step 6, still in the outline tab, insert a new title and content slide at the end of the presentation. On slide 6, enter the mapping system as the title text. So we're going to go back over here, and at the end of the presentation, enter a slide, title and content slide. So again, I'm getting right here to the end, and I'm still over on the outline side. And I'm going to go to new slide, title and content. And then right here, I'm going to enter, what is it, mapping system? The mapping system. Now you have to enter whatever it tells you to type in exactly the way you say. I did this demonstration once before and I did not capitalize a word and I lost points on it, so be sure to type it exactly the way they asked for. Okay, step 7. On the outline tab on slide 6, enter second level bullets, or first level bullets, pictures of information, and illustrates relationships as 2 first level bullets. So let's go back over here. We're right here, and if you see I hit enter, it makes slide 7. Then when I hit tab, it changes it to a different level bullet, and then I type in pictures of information, and what was the second thing it asked for? It asked you to type illustrates relationships. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to do it over here, illustrates relationships. And there's the 2 first level bullets, right? Okay, and we're moving on now to step 8. Before we go any further, I want to be sure you've done this. I know, save the document to your desktop. Go to File, Save As, and make sure you save it to your desktop, okay, or somewhere, just so you have it, because if you don't, when you finish this assignment, you won't be able to upload it. Okay, so now we're going on to step 8. At the end of the outline, again, use Reuse Slides Task Pane to insert all the slides from the downloaded PO2 Tips PowerPoint presentation, maintaining the same order. Slides 7 through 10 will be added to the presentation. So this is a time when you're going to add some slides to your presentation from another slideshow that you want to use. So we can insert slides from another slideshow, and this is how we're going to do it. Reuse slides. We're going to have to browse to them. This Reuse Slides Task Pane opens. We're going to browse to them. Browse File. And again, they're on our desktop. And they're the PO2 tips. I go open. And you can see the little graphic here of the slides. So click each one of them starting at the top one time, and it adds, every time you click one, it adds a slide. And just do it in order, just like that. And when you're done, we're just going to X this out. And you should have 10 slides total when you're complete. And just hit save. So instruction 9. On slide 8, use the outline tab to decrease the list level of the last bullet. Set tabs for it to make it the same level as the other bullets. So here on slide 8, we want to get right in front of the word sets. Excuse me, we want to get right in front of the word sets, and we need to decrease that level bullet. So to do that, you're just going to hold the Shift key and hit the tab, and it backs it up one level. That's all you have to do. Save it. Okay. Now for the next step, step 10. On the outline tab, move slide 10 up to the slide 9 position. So we're just going to grab slide 10 like this, and we're going to just move it up to slide 9 position. Now sometimes you have to do it a couple times, I don't know why, but it's kind of tricky. So there we go. I've moved 10 up, and now slide 10 is actually slide 9. And the next instruction is to delete slide 10. Okay, and so you want to delete slide 10. We're going to go back, highlight slide 10 just like that, and hit the delete key. It'll ask you, do you want to delete this slide? Yes, I do, or I wouldn't have hit the delete key. Okay, now when you're doing this assignment, it is grading each step that you do. So typically, if you were going to insert slides like we did a few moments ago, you might say to yourself, well, I'm not going to use this slide, or I'll insert it in a different order. And that may be what you would want to do. But in the case of this assignment, we want to show you how to move and delete slides. And it's checking to make sure that you've deleted that slide. It's being marked up in the XML. So if you don't do that step, it can tell it. In fact, now, just for fun, we're on step 12, and it said view the presentation as an outline in print preview, and close print preview, and you get 0 points for that. And it can't tell if you're doing that, right? So you're going to view the presentation as an outline in print preview. And so we could go to print, and we could change the preview of this to print preview, but honestly it can't tell if we're doing this, so we're just going to go back. Okay, and we'll go on to the next step. Now this is one that's going to be interesting. We want to apply the Metro Design theme to the entire presentation, and apply the color theme to the entire presentation. Okay, this is actually one of your highest point steps, and if you're using 2013 like I am right here, it doesn't have the Metro Design. If you're using a Mac, it doesn't have the Metro Design. I'm going to show you how to add the Metro Design. It's not one of the steps in this, but you won't get these points if you don't do it. And it's really very easy. Okay, so we have to apply the Metro Design. So we're going to go to Design, and actually Metro Design might be in mine because I've added these. But if you just go on here, you'll look around. If you mouse over them, it's going to tell you the name. As you hold your key over, you'll see the little pop-up there. Droplet. Vapor Trail. Damask. And I actually don't have Metro here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this briefly, and we're going to go over to Angel. I've got to sign into Angel, and that's what you guys are going to have to do to get to. I've got the Metro theme for you, and I'll show you where it is. So you'll go into Angel, and you'll go into your course, and in Learning Modules, where you have the video tutorials for assignments and the PowerPoint Grader assignment, you're going to see Metro Office Theme Download. You're going to want to download that. Now make sure you notice that it's Metro, metro.thmx. We have to save it that way. So I like to right click and go Save Link As, and I'm going to just put it right on my desktop. And you'll notice the file name is Metro, and it says Save As Type Microsoft Office Theme. You want to keep that file type. That's what the computer is going to be looking for when we install that. So I'm going to go Save, and then put that right on my desktop. Okay, and if you'll notice, it's right here. Okay, so now we're going to go back over here, and we want to install the we want to make this a Metro theme. It's not in your 2013, or if it's not in your Mac, we're going to go Browse for Themes, and I'm going to go to Desktop, and hey, there's Metro Microsoft Office Theme. You can see it right on there, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to go to Apply, and it will add it right to your themes in your design section, right? And now you're all set. You've got Metro Designs, and you'll get the credit for this part of it. Okay. And then the next step in that was to apply the paper color theme to the entire presentation. So we're going to go with this, and we want to apply to all slides, and then we got to go to here. We're in Design. Hold on one second. You want to leave it as themes, and for some reason I don't have my color variants here. Here we go, colors. I'm used to 2010 and I just put 2013 on here. So we're going to go to colors, and then we want to pick the paper colors theme. So we got to go in here and find paper. Here it is right here. Right click over it and go to apply to all slides, and that was what you had to do for that step, right? So now you've got the step 13, apply Metro design theme to the entire presentation and apply the color theme to the entire presentation. Now we have to add the footer text GS 101 to all slides except the title slide. To all slides except the title slide. So don't forget that, because I've had a few people lose points for putting that on the title slide. So we're inserting a footer, header and footer. So we're going to do footer GS 101 and check right here, don't show on the title slide. And then we're going to go apply to all. And it's not on this slide, but if you go to the next slide, you can see it in there as a footer, okay? So that's all we had to do there. And now we have to, we could have left that text box open. Apply the header text taking notes presentation to all of the notes and handout pages of the presentation and include the page number. So when you do this, you're going to apply the header text taking notes presentation to all of the notes and handouts. It won't show up on the slideshow, right? We're going to insert this, but it won't show up on the slideshow. It's just going to show up on the notes and handouts. So let's go back over there. We're going to insert header and footer, and we're going to click this tab here, notes and handouts. And we're going to go header. We already got the page number on there, and we're going to put in the taking notes presentation. And we're going to apply to all. And you notice you don't see it here, but if we go to view and we go to notes pages, see it on the top of the notes? Okay, so that's, but it's not here, so that's what we wanted. Hey, and that's the end of this assignment. Okay, once you've finished your assignment, the PowerPoint assignment, which it's complete now, we have to re-upload it to My IT Labs for grading. So what you're going to do is you're going to sign back into My IT Labs. You go back to course materials, and go into the PowerPoint Labs and open it up just like you did when you downloaded it. Right, it's going to open up this window here, and make sure it's closed. And then we upload the completed file. So that means all we really have to do is browse to the completed PowerPoint show. So make sure you saved it somewhere. If you didn't, you're going to have to do it again. There it is. Do not change the file name from when you downloaded it. If you do, it won't work. Just hit upload, and it doesn't take very long. You upload that, and then you click finish and submit for grading. And then when it says it's uploaded successfully, you click return to course, and pretty quickly it'll tell you, it says right there already that you've passed it, right? And if I want to go in here and check my grades, you navigate to the grades folder, go into PowerPoint. It says we got 100 for it. So that and if you want to view your submissions, if you didn't get a 100, you can go like this, view submissions, you can try to if you're having, I think this movie software makes it hard for me to click on these things. Click like this to view the submission, and so you'd want to do this if you got less than 100 and you wanted to. You can resubmit these up to 3 times, and you can look through and it'll tell you what you've done wrong. So you just go over here enter this under the submission list and click one of the ones that you've done, and it's the only one that I've done. But you can read through here and it'll tell you where you've missed the points, so you know which step you have to redo, right? And if you want to, you can click on one of these summary report, marked up report, or download submission with live comments, and it will give you back the file you've uploaded with comments about what you did wrong. So you can go back in and resubmit it. Okay? So if you have any questions about that, you can email me, but it should be good. You should be all set.